Can I get your one word or one sentence comments on some layer one solutions? I don't usually do this, but I thought I would do it with you. I'm going to ask you anyways. Cardano, your thoughts?
Cardano is, I think they would, like, I know Charles, we had some like issues, actually,
Issues?
like maybe issues, yeah.
Arguments.
So, like, some developers, he wasn't happy about some developers working for Waves, but it was long ago, yeah.
Okay.
When we like, I think it was pretty public when we had the ICO, he was like strongly against it. So it was until like 2016. I think he's a good guy, but I think they will have issues with like onboarding developers because what they have is pretty complicated. We don't have EVM either, but what they have is interesting, like conceptually, but I don't think it's gonna work in practice. I mean, smart contracts that they have. They have a very interesting approach. We have a similar approach, actually. We start from the same point, then they diverged those approaches. It's like non-Turing complete smart contracts. They have the same, but it's very sophisticated technically, and it's very hard to understand for coders. So they are having issues with onboarding projects, and I think it's a big issue for them.
Okay, let me
please.
Let me do a few more. Binance Smart Chain.
Binance Smart Chain. Actually, I don't think it's gonna be there for a lot of time. So I think that they will maybe phase it out the way they phased out their first chain, because they had a chain before Binance Smart Chain. It was based on Cosmos, as far as I remember, and I'm not sure that it's there. So it was a very good move for them. They were at the right time, at the right space, basically, and they just made that move with the smart chain. It was very good for Binance in terms of business development. I'm not sure that it has some kind of intrinsic value that can be compared to the value of Ethereum, for example.
Okay.
So either they upgrade it or it will be gone maybe in 5 years.
Okay. Solana, your friends at Solana.
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.
Solana actually is an interesting approach because they are trying to solve scalability in a different way. It's kind of centralized, and the problem with Solana, I didn't look too deep into Solana. I like the general idea here because people just try because they have parallel computations, and it's kind of awesome when you basically try to use all those concepts from computer science that were not applicable to blockchains, like parallel computations, when you can basically calculate all the blocks in parallel, parts of the blocks in parallel, and then you just assemble the block. There's a problem with Solana for me because I don't understand why they have those outages and why they why the network goes down. I have to look deeper because I've read the white paper and I just can't understand their setup actually. So I believe that their actual setup is different from what they have in their white paper, because I just can't understand how it can go down, because there shouldn't be any reason for them to go down based on what they have in their white paper.
Okay, interesting. Polkadot.
Polkadot actually, yes, I think it's a very valid approach to scalability when you have a lot of chains, because you don't have to cram everything into one chain. You just could have dozens of chains, hundreds of chains, and each chain can be used for a particular application, and you have some kind of beacon chain between them that does some kind of general consensus and provides some security guarantees. I think this is a very good approach, but it might be a little bit too hard for people to understand, because people want to see everything on one chain. They don't understand why they want to build their own chain to have their own application. People want to be in one space, I think. And when you have all those bridges, I think it might be too much of a barrier for a lot of developers. So yeah, but this approach is going to stay for sure.
Okay. Tron,
yeah, so Tron is mostly about Justin Sun. He's a great personality.
Yeah, we've had Justin on the show.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and he's very personable, I would say. Yes. So but it's very different from what we are trying to do, but it's mostly about some kind of business development in his case. Technically, Tron probably is much better than people think, actually. So it's a solid product. And if people say that Tron is some kind of bad tech, it's not like that. It's pretty solid. They have a very interesting approach, and a lot of their products. For example, you have USDT, you have Tether on Tron, basically on all exchanges, and people use it. So I think it's a great success. Also, they have BitTorrent. So yeah, they're very active, and I wouldn't say any bad things about Tron, although a lot of people are very negative about Tron. I think they're doing a lot of things which can be valuable, because all those, for example, as I mentioned, USDT on different exchanges, and BitTorrent thing when you have a real world product combined with crypto, and was one of the first products like that. So I think he's bringing more value to crypto. Yeah.